Hey, everyone, we're about to hop into our second adventure tonight, which I've entitled Wildcatz. Before we do so, we're going to meet our heroes. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. Aziliz, the Sassy Flower, is with us once more. How's it going, Az?
It's going pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you for asking. It's been a little while. Anything new? Anything exciting? What have you been up to lately?
It's just been the usual. I've been spending more time with Bloom, trying to learn as much as I can from him because he's so handsome. And, it's just been such a wonderful experience to be around him all the time.
Well, I'm very glad that you've been learning the tricks of the trade. I mean, there's no better individual to learn arranging and flower gardening from than Bloom. So, you're certainly in good hands there. Well, as I'm excited to see you back out on the adventuring fields again.
Thank you for having me here.
Of course. We have Grilliam Inferno with us, the General of Flames. The General of the Flames is here. How's it going, Grilliam?
Yes, it is wonderful to finally be here again.
Yeah, it's also been a while since you've adventured, Grilliam. How have you been?
Oh, I've been fine, just fine.
Have you had a lot of work to do as the general as of late? Are you?
I wouldn't say I've had much work on my hands, besides caring for my horse.
Yes. What is your horse's name again?
Shadowblaze.
Shadowblaze. Yes. And how is Shadowblaze?
He's doing wonderful. He's been bigger ever since that one adventure where I first
Yes.
tamed.
I know it's quite a lot of responsibility taking care of a nightmare, and they need a lot of. There's a lot of things that most folks wouldn't take into consideration with that particular breed of horse. You can't have wooden stables, things like that. Anyway, I'm glad to hear that Shadowblaze as well, and that you are as well, Grilliam. So welcome back.
Yeah, indeed. When we're both made of fire, it's quite easy for us to get along, actually. And thank you for allowing me.
Of course. Cloaking Dagger, the Shadow of Death, is with us once more. How's it going, Dagger?
Fine, I guess. It's same old, same old.
Yeah, same old. You are now known throughout the lens of DnDTime as the Shadow of Death. I have a question. Have you been starting to get noticed on the street at all by passersby? Has anyone caught on to your newfound fame as this the Shadow of Death?
Not necessarily. I mean,
yeah, I know that you like to keep a low profile. I was just wondering if the kind of the fame and acknowledgement that kind of comes along with being an adventurer in Bartholomew's employ has had any negative impact on your work. As between you and me in Assassin.
No negative impact yet, and even if it does, people will know me as Cloaking Dagger.
That's true. Your true name remains anonymous, so that's I suppose good for business. Well, Dagger, it's good to see you again.
Of course.
And last but not least, Throom, who shrugs off death, is with us again. How's it going, Throom?
Ah, yes. It is going well. And how are you tonight?
I'm doing very well as well. So, Throom, tell me, I think it's also been a while since we've seen you, Throom. How have you been as of late?
It's been a little crazy, but then again, sometimes the best times are. Sometimes the best times are very much not.
Yeah, that is true. But I hope that you're handling all of that craziness well, Throom.
Yes, it's been the good kind of crazy.
Good.
At least more often than not.
Have you had any moments of peace to yourself? I know there's a few things that you enjoy more than just taking a moment to kind of, commune with nature and just sit in some peace and quiet. Have you had any time to yourself, Throom?
Not nearly as much as I once did.
Mm-hmm. I hope that, it may not be the case today, but I hope that the experience and maybe the money that you earn from adventuring will give you the opportunities to take a few more moments for you, Throom.
Well, thank you.
Without further ado, let's hop into the adventure proper. Your adventure today takes you to Central City, which Bartholomew kind of informed you that you would be working with the Central City Guard. Apparently, there was a new potion that a lot of people have been drinking that's just propped up in different places all around Central City, and it's partly why they recruited you as. It's giving people wild magic sorcerous powers, and they are perhaps even more uncontrollable than yours are. As it's just wild surges left and right. Again, perhaps why Bartholomew asked for your particular expertise in this endeavor. And it's been causing a lot of chaos throughout the city. People just, unicorns popping up here and there, just randomly cast fireballs, taking down. I mean, the obvious issues with wild surges just going off in, public places. And the Central City Guard has essentially kind of narrowed it down to one location that seems to be the source of all of this. The source of all of this kind of chaos that's happening in Central City, and it is a club called Wildcatz. And the four of you, where our adventure truly begins in proper, find yourself standing about 2 or 3 houses down from Wildcatz. You're on the 3rd floor of a Central City building, and you're standing next to a member of the Central City Guard who is kind of speaking to you and addressing the four of you here. As you look down at this club in the distance, you can hear the distant kind of thumping and pounding of very rhythmic music coming from within the space. And this Central City Guard kind of looks over and he goes, "All right, so I asked Bartholomew to send me 4 of the best. Normally, I would prefer to handle this myself. We would have brought in the guard, but too many of us are too recognizable. We wouldn't even be able to get past the door, let alone, meet with their boss. But we need the 4 of you. Of course, you've heard about the, they're calling it Surge, the new potions that are going around. Did Bartholomew fill you all in on the details?
Indeed.
Partially, yes.
People who drink it, it's sold to them like it's going to give them these great magical powers that they're going to, that would be their sorcerous origin, so to speak. But it's more wild than it is magic, and it's done a lot of damage to a lot of lives. Looks again at the 4 of you. We need you to get into that club and shut down that operation and apprehend whoever their leader is. Again, like I said, we'd go in ourselves, but too many of the guard are too recognizable in there. We wouldn't really be able to get past the front door. So that's why we hired you 4 to go in and check it out. Again,
you have my, if possible, hopefully I don't have to burn the whole place down and ruin everyone's party. Would be a shame.
To be clear, do we need to make sure that they are brought back in one piece? Or if they're just eliminated altogether, is that also acceptable?
I want them back alive. Absolutely. I know that you, Bartholomew's adventurers, have a tendency to play a little bit fast and loose with the rules. But I need you to bring them back alive. I need you to make sure that no civilians are hurt. And, I'd be careful. He looks over at you, Grilliam, about just going and burning the place down. Aside from the innocents that it would harm, there's also, you raise too much of a stir. This individual's slippery. We don't know what their leader looks like. We don't know who their leader is. Like I said, we believe it's being handled in the club. We don't even know if the leader's here for certain. But we don't know their identity. So they might just slip right out if you make too much of a ruckus.
So, do you want us to also crash the party and make sure everyone gets out?
You do what the 4 of you do, however you do it. But I want you to shut down the operation on the Surge, and I want you to apprehend the leader. However you get there is fine. I know that your reputation as Bartholomew's Adventures is sterling. So whatever you think you need to do the job.
Understood. Shall we get going then? Let us head to this club.
Yes, let us go.
Okay, certainly. You head out of this building and down towards the street level and begin walking across. This is kind of a part of downtown. This is a part of downtown Central City. It's one of the most densely populated regions around here, and it's on kind of the lower floor of a higher rise building that you're approaching. You can see that this club is obviously pretty popular as you're getting closer, because there are people that are milling about like outside of it. You can see there's a long line that wraps around the front of the building. The club itself, there's a big kind of illusory, essentially neon sign that's lit above it that kind of is flickering. And the name of the club is called Wildcatz. And in front of the door, like I said, there's a big line of people that are all waiting to get in that wrap around the building. And standing in front of the door itself is what appears to be a hill giant. They're kind of just like standing there with their arms crossed and manning the door and making sure that, presumably, bouncing the place, making sure that no one goes in. That is the situation that you're all kind of approaching on.
Does there happen to be like a VIP lane or like a second queue somewhere? Or is it just the main one?
So you're kind of hanging around watching. There's just like the one main lane, but then you watch someone go up to the door and kind of speak to the bouncer for a while. You see the bouncer kind of like, this hill giant, he takes out a clipboard and he takes a little bit of time like looking over it, and eventually, after seemingly having a moment of recognition, allows this person to just cut the line and go straight into the club.
Well,
I see.
I don't think we're gonna have to wait in line. We are if this is Central City and we're the guard now, then they have to let us in, right?
Something tells me that that if they're giving off potions that are perhaps slightly less than legal, they aren't going to take too kindly to the guard sniffing around. Perhaps we should not say that we're with the guard.
Should we utilize a bluff?
Then how do you expect to get in hastily? We can't waste time here.
That was actually the guard that you were speaking to before did tell you that part of the reason why they're not busting this place up themselves is that it needs like a more perhaps subtle approach, because if they see a town guard, they think the leader will just kind of scramble away.
Oh, I have a bit of an idea. If these potions are causing surges of magic, maybe I could act like a returning customer and try to get us in.
That might not be a bad idea, but how are
I could bluff that I'm someone famous and you are my compatriots.
I mean, aren't we all famous? We're Bartholomew's Adventures.
Are we? I don't know what fame is.
Where are you guys having this conversation, by the way?
Probably at the same place. Like,
are you guys still like looking down from that building out at the door, or are you guys like in the alley across the street? Like, have you gone down to full ground level yet?
That's a good question. I mean, I would assume we would be at ground level because we need to get a better look at the place.
Yeah, okay. So I think that you guys are probably in the, like, you guys aren't like waiting in line or anything right now. You guys are like in the alley across the street. Okay, sure.
Yeah, a little ways away, just so that we can make sure no one from the club will overhear, but close enough that perhaps we can keep an eye on it still.
Okay. Yeah. So you're watching business kind of go on as usual. The line's moving very slowly. It looks like the bouncer is waiting for people to come out to admit more people. So you'll see like a group of 4 come out, and then you'll let the next like small group walk in. And the line's moving at an abysmal pace.
Maybe we should try, bluffing our way and telling him that we are returning customers. What does that sound like?
I guess I can do that.
I could bluff for us if you wish.
I mean, I could provide a distraction. I still have, you guys know I have my horse with me. I bring him everywhere.
Wouldn't
I
a
go.
distraction not be subtle though?
Fair point. Fair
I
point.
think the guard don't want us to attract too much attention.
If I walk up and say that we're returning customers and you know, do
Explode.
whatever this wild magic thing is, I believe I might be able to get us in.
Sure, that sounds like a good idea to me.
All
Very
right.
well.
So I guess we walk out.
Yeah, are you guys heading over at that point then?
Mm-hmm.
So who's? It sounds like you're going to be taking the lead here, Dagger.
Yeah. Wait. Are we trying to skip the line or just get in?
We're
I think we're trying to
skip
get in as quickly as possible, so
VIP.
skipping the line is definitely
Just skip the line. I
preferable.
believe we might need a password or whatever that other person was talking about, and that's something that is incredibly hard to bluff.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that is why I was Yeah. How are we gonna skip the line? We can't.
Is there like an alleyway like right next to the door, or like somewhere closer?
Yeah, to describe the building, the front side of the building, the line wraps around to the right, and you can see kind of people curving around the street corner. To the left of the building, there is an alleyway over on the side.
Do there happen to be any like plants in front of the building, or?
In front of the building, I mean, not like there's not like decorative plants on the side of this building. There are just on the streets of Central City in different intervals. There are some trees, if that's helpful to you at all. But there aren't any like potted plants on the windows or anything. But there's trees on the street and the sidewalk nearby.
Maybe if there's a password, we could try listening in to like the next person who walks up to them. I could, pretend to be a part of the tree if you want.
Well, I will say this: if all else fails, I have a backup plan.
And what is that backup plan?
If they aren't gonna let us in, then I'll do it by force. And as not so subtle as it is, we might not have a choice.
I'd like to just, before we start trying to go through the hill giant, I want to see if there's a door in the alleyway that would lead into the club.
Yeah, okay. You go and kind of walk past, I assume just trying to walk past casually, go down the alleyway. Are you it's going to be a little hard to not look suspicious, I feel like, here, walking through. Do you have any means to, like, or are you just going to kind of walk down the confidence? What's your plan on this?
A little bit of feigned confusion, perhaps slightly sleep drunk.
Okay. You walk down the alleyway. You see the hill giant kind of sees you. Sees you walking in this direction, kind of turns his head towards you, raises a little bit of an eyebrow, but doesn't go to stop you. As you come down the alleyway, you can see that on the side of the building there is a door leading into this space. It appears to be it's one of those doors that doesn't have a handle on the outside. It's only designed to be open from the inside. And it's very nearby what appears to be the dumpster out in the back here where they throw away their trash. You can... it would be like you would have to use force or some other method to get through that door, or wait for it to open. But yeah, there is a door here.
Yeah, I'm gonna stumble and just kind of take a seat by stumble back out and then take a seat right at the corner of the building. All
right, as you kind of sit down there, you can see there's kind of a pause. The giant kind of looks over at you, watches you for a moment, and after maybe like 30 seconds passed, you hear him kind of speak up and he goes, "Hey, you, hey."
Yes.
You can't sit
What?
there. No loitering. Move along.
You move along, and I'm just gonna kind of stumble off a little bit more.
Okay. But you do move along.
Yeah.
Okay. The giant kind of like shakes his head, goes back to just standing and waiting. Another group kind of goes through the line.
Okay, so I haven't. Okay, so is there any way to get to the alley without?
I could sneak around and try to hear the password.
I
just thought of that.
Well, you said there's a door there, right?
Yes, there's a door back there, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be easy to open from.
Can I ask what that door was made out of?
The door on the side is made out of like a metal.
Oh, perfect. I'm going. If you guys.
Wait. Can I try to sneak and hear the password first?
You could, but I have a much more subtler approach to this. I could technically melt the metal locking the door, and then I could easily open it that way. What do you guys think of that?
I think I should try sneaking to hear the password first.
So are these things like, are you guys almost doing these things simultaneously? Is that kind of what the deal is?
Well, I think I should try
Probably.
my plan first, honestly. Because eventually someone will notice that, like, oh, hey, this door doesn't lock anymore. Someone probably broke in.
Well,
Yeah,
but we're all going to be entering there, and if anyone sees us, we're just going to kick their butt. So.
That's maybe not the most subtle approach to it. I'm kind of in agreement with Dagger here.
Okay,
I want to at least try it.
Okay, fine.
yes,
If Dagger's
Dagger, why
plan
don't you-
fails, we'll do the backup plan, which is burn the
Dagger,
door.
why don't you go ahead and make me a stealth check?
Stealth?
Yeah. As you're trying to get yourself into position. It won't be difficult for you to hear kind of their interaction. The giant doesn't seem particularly subtle. It would just be like a question of whether or not you're trying to, whether or not they notice you trying to like eavesdrop in on the conversation or anything like that.
Okay, I'll just... R... 20 plus... Oh!
Whoa!
Sorry.
So the first one.
The
would be
first
the
one
yeah,
is very
20.
good.
20, yeah, absolutely.
No, I'm
and
on advantage. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you lagged hard.
No problem. Yeah, sometimes they, sometimes it registers your roll, but it just takes a while to come up. So then all of a sudden they just
try to
appear
just
on
click it once and wait next time.
So you take some time and you wait for another individual to walk up to the door and just kind of try and cut the line. You hear the giant kind of looks over. They come up to the door and you see this individual appears to be a halfling. And goes to the door and goes, "I guess if I could just hop right in, that would be very appreciated." The hill giant goes, "Name?" And he goes, "I'm sorry, what? Your name?" "My name is Wilson Hildegard." And immediately the hill giant starts looking over that clipboard that they're carrying. Kind of looks at it for a moment, looks down at the halfling, goes, "Not on the list." The halfling goes, "Well, there must be a mistake. Of course I would be on the list. You see, I'm good friends." The giant just goes, "Not on the list. Back of the line." And you see him kind of like, after the halfling kind of persists for a moment, you see him kind of reach down and go to like put his hand onto his club, at which point the halfling immediately gets the message and hurries off and just kind of disappointedly walks to the back of the line.
Is there any way I could see the list?
From your current position, I had imagined you kind of over, essentially just standing over by like that side alley and kind of just poised and listening and not really getting up on your approach. You would have to like, if you want to actually see the list, you can see it's actually like hanging off of the the hill giant's side. They have kind of like a belt with a little like clip that they put the list on right next to their club, and they put it back after they finish it. You would have to like get up a little bit closer to him to actually see the list.
Could I maintain my stealth?
The thing is it's out in the open. Like the giant's just in front of the door, so unless you have some like means to like obscure yourself or to get closer, like, because otherwise you'd just be like, you know, like just kind of walking on tiptoes up to him while he's just standing there, you know. There's a lot of people on the line and stuff.
What I was thinking is I could, like, if there was a catfolk name on the list.
Well, that's going to be hard to determine. We can't get too close to the guy. It's like, at this point, you're going to have to, like, literally peek over the guy's shoulder, and he's going to notice that. 100%.
Wait, how far is the giant from the alley?
The giant, maybe like 10 feet over.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Front of the
But
building.
guys, I have a spell that can actually instantly open the door without having to melt it.
That's might be a good plan, but I could try reaching for that clipboard and maybe like pick off a page.
What do you mean? Like how?
I will.
You guys
cast
realize he's holding
and-
it. He's gonna instantly see that. That's gonna require it. He's gonna see that, you know.
Well, it's at his side right now, I believe. So
Yeah, he's gonna
perhaps.
get it on his side.
So I conjure the mage hand like just above my head, and maybe I could try and, you know, take off a page just to see what names are on there.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a.
Wait, if the page isn't on the list, then we can't get in, even if we have a name.
He's got a good point on that one.
Oh
And
wait.
also,
Do you have like a mage eye where you can read? I'm just kidding.
I mean, that's a spell. It's just a higher level one. Yeah, there is a fundamental flaw there. Do you still want to do it knowing that?
No, because Az has 8 intelligence. She doesn't know what she's doing, so she'll trust these guys more.
Yeah. Guys, I have it. So you said there's a sign above there. Is that sign illuminated in any way?
Yeah, it's like an illusory sign that says Wildcatz, and it's designed to like flash some of the letters at different times, and yeah, it's casting like a dull neon glow throughout the space.
Perfect. Okay, so guys, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cast a spell that's going to make that sign act a little off. And it's going to distract people for long enough for us to get into that alleyway. Then I have a spell if that alley door is unlocked but can only be opened from one side, I can force it to open. Otherwise, I can just melt it open. What do you guys think of that?
I'm worried
Guys.
we'll have to fight through more guards on the other end, but it's the best we have, so.
Yeah, so for starters is the distraction, so casting Thaumaturgy to basically make the illusory sign flicker in green flame erratically as if it's acting up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make it act like it's malfunctioning.
You watch, like I said, the sign is kind of illusory, as I mentioned, so it's a little bit difficult to actually, like, it doesn't look so much like the sign is acting up, because it's just static there, except for the occasional changing of letter. What it almost looks like is that there's, like, some green flames that are, like, coming out of the building behind it, which is maybe even a little bit more worrying. And you watch, I imagine you also...
Yeah, the moment I pull
I
this
imagine
off,
you're also making some instantaneous sounds using thaumaturgy to like make the sound of the flames flickering and stuff.
Yeah, that too. And then while that distraction is happening, I'm going to quickly motion the other three and and along with myself, go to the alley.
Why doesn't everyone make me a stealth check with advantage if you're all going to try and seize on this opportunity? Because I think that, yeah, it definitely distracts people. Especially
Wait a minute. I can just pick the lock.
That was the issue with this door, is that the door doesn't have a lock. It just doesn't have a handle, and it seems to only open from the inside. It's just basically just a flat thing. So to get people to not do the exact thing that you guys are doing, which is try and sneak in through the side door. But yeah, in this distraction, the people are bored waiting in line, and as the kind of commotion, the giant who's just kind of looking out and around, as people are starting to look up, the giant also kind of turns and follows the gaze of where everyone else's eyes are. And with those rolls, who do we not see? The Master of Stealth has not...
Purple, we need your stealth check with advantage.
What?
Yeah, stealth check with advantage. Actually, Purple, you're already there. You were already in that alleyway, so you don't even need to make a roll. You already successfully stealthed there.
So
the rest of you kind of pour back into the alley, sort of unnoticed. And as you get there and cast Thaumaturgy on the door, it's actually maybe the optimal use of Thaumaturgy, because the door isn't locked. The only kind of locking mechanism is that there's just no handle to open it, so you'd have to like suction cup it and pull it backwards, but Thaumaturgy just works. The door flings open, and you can see it seems to lead into the kitchen of this place, which isn't in particularly busy. Like, you can see that they don't actually do a lot of business in food here. There's just one cook that appears to be working. And as you kind of all open the door and presumably climb in, do all of you just hop right in? You can see this cook working, who turns to see the four of you starting to walk into the building, and looks at you as, "Hey, you can't come in here through that way."
Can I hold up some gold coins and say we were never here?
All right, you hold up a small bag of gold coins. Go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
Also, is he currently cooking something?
Yeah, it looks like actually right now he's cleaning. Washing some dishes.
I see. I had a plan, but if he was cooking food, but that doesn't work.
Sorry, I'm just waiting for my roll to load.
Oh yeah, sorry that you're a little bit laggy tonight. But yeah, he's
just a wee bit of lag.
You guys can't be back here. How did you get through it doesn't open from that way. And you hold up, with a 16, you hold up your kind of bag of gold and kind of wave it in front of this cook's face. And what are you doing in here? He asks you. He seems like very tempted by the gold, but he goes, "How come you came in this way?"
Because we're not here for patronage and being customers. We're on a mission.
Oh. And it seems to be kind of like, that seems to be a little bit not the answer that he was looking for, as you say that, Grilliam, as he goes, that sounds bad. And he looks over kind of at the group of you. He sees some of the weapons at your side and things. Looks back at the gold. Looks at some of the weapons and stuff. Looks at the gold.
And I'm gonna tell him we're only after one person. Everyone else can go on as they please.
Okay, that's fine. You guys just wait here. I'm just gonna go ask someone. And you see him turning to kind of walk and move into the club further ahead, from which that music, you can hear it now even louder in the distance.
Wrong choice, buddy.
I would like him to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
He's going
What's
to
he
make...
doing?
I'm going to hold him.
Oh no. He is just a regular person, so he fails very much.
You're not going to check with anyone tonight.
He just kind of, as soon as he's just paralyzed in spot, you see his eyes are kind of like looking around wildly, like what is going on? And he goes, I'm sorry, and he can't seem to really be able to talk because he's paralyzed.
Now.
You think you heard an "I'm sorry" somewhere in there.
Then give the good man his gold, and he'll of course just forget we were ever here.
Isn't that right?
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Dagger tosses the gold at his feet. Because,
It just falls at his feet because he's still paralyzed and he can't do anything about it.
Dagger's not a jerk. He wasn't gonna toss it at his face.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, like, it just kind of falls and you see his eyes kind of look down to it, because I'm just saying, you have not let him go yet.
No, I have not. And I am not, and I'm going to move through the kitchen, and I hope the rest of the party will follow. And then once we are out of the kitchen, I will drop concentration.
I will close the door behind us, and just to like, because I feel bad for the chef here. I'll help him just like clean off the one plate he was doing before he left.
Oh, okay, that's very nice of you. You just take a moment. You do. There's one dish left. You very quickly clean it. And the chef's kind of still. This is like, I imagine, while he's still paralyzed, watches you clean that one plate. Looks just like a little bit confused almost. And then eventually you all get through. You close the door behind you. He releases, and you just hear the sound of his feet slamming on the ground behind him as he takes off out of this place from whatever crazy shit that you guys are up to. And you now find yourself moving into the club proper. And as you get into it, the kitchen that you were in was fairly well lit, but in here, it's
Or strobe.
Yeah, there's more of those kind of illusions, like those programmed illusions like you saw in front of the building, casting lights, again, just neon glow throughout the space. You can see there's a huge kind of pile of people that are just standing around and dancing, and it's very dark in the space. There's kind of a bar on one side where there's a lot of people sitting, and there's just a lot of folks dancing.
Is there any other pathways besides the way that we came from that led to the kitchen? Or like, is there any other doors that we could see?
Outside of, other than the door in the kitchen, you can see what looks like a little door into a small foyer, before which was what was the front entrance. You can see another door towards the back of the building that looks like it goes into maybe like a management office or something like that. Bathroom doors, what looked like. That's cursory glance around the building. That's about all you make out.
Well,
So, you go.
If anything is an indication, that one door in the back might give us some answers. Wouldn't you agree?
Seems like a reasonable assumption.
However, if it's guarded, that will be problematic.
What I think our plan should be is, I believe I'm the best at deception here. So I say that maybe we would like to propose a deal to whoever makes the surge or whatever it's called. And if we're good enough, we'll get to go back and meet them. And then we know what to do from there.
Well, if you want to do that, fine by me. But once we get to the man running the operation, we drop the act.
Oh, of course. But the thing is who to ask. We have to find his high up lackey in here. So we need to try to look for someone who might fit that role.
Indeed.
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
All of us?
Yeah, why don't all of you just a perception investigation to kind of take in some of the scene around here.
Waiting for mine.
The 11s just seem to follow me.
And as you have advantage on this particular check. Because there's something that you can see that other folks just cannot.
Still waiting for mine to load.
Oh yeah, that's the issue. Yeah, yours. Okay, so to begin with, Throom, you're looking around and you're trying to get a Okay, 15, cool. Throom and Dagger both, you're looking and trying to take in the whole scenario, get the lay of the land, so to speak. And you can see that behind the bar, there's an individual here who's, she's serving out drinks and tossing them around. They seem to be the person that's giving the most orders at the moment to the various wait staff and workers. You can see there are the musicians that work here that are kind of situated towards the back. You guys walk over to that management office. It is currently locked. There's an office that you can see through the glass. It's also unoccupied at the moment. There doesn't appear to be anyone in there, so it also doesn't look necessarily like the most promising place to take in. And the things that you're starting to notice as that you're able to see that some other folks aren't, you recognize some of almost the signs of wild magic on some of the patrons of the place here. You can see one person who's weirdly just entirely covered in grease, and you know that you've had the grease spell accidentally cast on yourself before from wild magic, and everyone, they're just there kind of doing the worm on the dance floor, and the grease is kind of casting about. People are cheering and laughing. They seem to be having a great time. You can see also, there's another person who is, you can see that they are completely bald. They don't have eyebrows, no body hair, just completely hairless, which might be kind of normal for someone, except that you can also see some of that hair on their on their clothing in places where it looks like maybe they had a wild magic effect, that their hair just suddenly fell out from the wild magic. And again, they seem to be having a good enough time, but you recognize some of these side effects of wild magic. You can.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Does there happen to be a section of the club that's got more a concentration of these effects?
As you're starting to look for that, one thing that you guys do notice is just coming from. There's a section of booths on the other side, and you can see there's an individual who's looking a little bit kind of zoned out and kind of nervous, and you can see their hands are almost kind of sparking, and they don't seem to know what to do. And then all of a sudden, you see their hands just alight, and then hold on a second. Let me roll a dice to see what happens. You watch as just a pack of flumps just appear in space, just around them. You just see 7 flumps. Flumps are a delightful Underdark creature.
Underdark creature?
Yeah, they're one of the only good Underdark creatures. They're almost
They should very much be trusted.
Yes, they're almost like floating telepathic jellyfish. And
reminds me of the guys from Mass Effect.
Jeremy is a big fan of flumps, if you might know by his handle, Trust a Flump or the Trusted Flump. So you can see these flumps just begin kind of spreading out, and the person who summoned them is looking around in a little bit of a panic, but you see those sparks kind of leave their hands for a moment as they breathe something of a sigh of relief. The flumps are all just flying around the space as they're kind of floating over towards you, looking around confused. You can hear there's just a big cheer from the people dancing as they see all the flumps. They're all just there kind of they're all just kind of whoa, look at these crazy things, and just not really taking it all that seriously. You see one of the flumps kind of flies in your direction, the 4 of you, and telepathically you just hear the thought, I was just born, who am I?
Oh dear.
Mood. Mood. That's a mood.
Mood. I am a mood. I am a thought. I am a thought. I am an emotion. A mood. And the flump just starts kind of like spinning around and like flying through the space. Again, much to Cheers. And then after a couple of moments, all of the flumps just kind of just blink out of existence. And it was a very strange moment that you just whispered. And that individual who just summoned them is just looking kind of like wild-eyed and just, again, very kind of nervous as they're sitting there.
Okay, so we need a plan to find the main guy. I looked through that management office. It's empty.
Perhaps we
get some of this ourselves? Well, might be a lead at least.
Yes, but
do we think we should ask the bartender to set up a business meeting with the guy?
I have no idea who we have to speak to, in all honesty.
Maybe we just ask at the bar for one of these potions. That might work, and then we could try going backwards from there.
That sounds fair to me.
Yes.
As we'll walk up to the
maybe we'll
bar.
hear some bar gossip.
Yeah. So she'll just sit herself down on the bar and wait for whoever to come around.
Yeah, certainly. The bartender eventually comes down. The bartender is herself a tabaxi, and she comes over to you and kind of, what can I get for you? Kind of leans into you.
Could I get a surge, please?
And you see, as soon as you kind of ask for a surge, you see her face kind of stiffen, and she kind of goes, "We don't deal in anything like that here. That's illegal, you know." And
oh my god.
looks at you a little bit kind of like put off, and also like very skeptical too.
I will. Okay. I'm gonna cast Charm Person through my.
I could try. Don't. Okay, or waste your spell. I mean,
it's okay. It's an innate ability. I can do it.
Go ahead. They're gonna make a Wisdom saving throw. They're just a regular person also, so it's got a pretty good shot. Or a semi-regular person.
A regular cat person.
A regular tabaxi. 11.
Nope, they fail.
And as they're kind of looking over at you, you see they kind of have their immediate reaction, which was one of just raw skepticism immediately. Their face kind of softens, and they kind of look at you and they go, "And man, you really have to be careful about who you say something like that in front of." The guard's starting to catch on. The boss is getting a little bit nervous about it, you know?
Yeah. Do you think maybe? Okay, I understand you want to keep this, on the down low and all that. Do you think you could maybe take me around to the back so that no one sees you giving it to me?
Have you never bought here before?
Well, it is my second time here, so it is a little bit. I'm not the best with remembering how things go. Just give me a little bit of a reminder,
You just have to, go over to Bottle there, and points at another tabaxi who is on the dance floor, and they are very much the center of attention on the dance floor. There are folks that are kind of, kind of like gathered around them. They're an incredible dancer, this tabaxi, using some of their agility to do some like flips and things like that, moving with incredible speed. You just gotta ask them to, and they kind of lean in, tango.
Tango, huh?
Tango.
Two can play at this game, and this isn't my first time I've done this.
Yeah, so I'll pull away from the bar and inform the rest of the party about everything I.
Hey, do you want a drink or anything on the house?
Yeah, sure. Could I get like a big jug of water?
Sure, if that's what you want. Anything, yeah. And goes over and grabs you a jug of water, still very much charmed, and passes you over a big jug.
I will down the entire jug in one go.
Yeah, you just put a hand into it, and it just kind of disappears. Like,
yep.
Excellent.
Wait, wait, you're okay.
They are a blossomer florin, yeah, you go over and you can see this tabaxi who's just there on the floor, just like I said, absolutely cutting a rug.
I'm going to attempt to beat him at his own game with thaumaturgy. I did this before, and I'll do it again.
Okay, how so? Are you going to try and defeat this tabaxi at their own game?
I'm going to, since they're busy dancing their butt off, I'm going to cast thaumaturgy on myself yet again, but this time to create the flicker and sparks off my own body to make myself more appealing.
Okay, so you're just
Dagger's just watching this at this point.
Yeah, Dagger's
Trying to make yourself appear hotter?
Yes, in both senses of the word.
You watch as a lot of the surrounding dancers are kind of giving you a little bit of a wide berth as they see all of like the thaumaturgic sparks and stuff coming off of you. But the tabaxi that the bartender identified as Bottle is there just like absolutely tearing up the dance floor and kind of sees you across and begins kind of like dancing up closer to you as he moves towards you, not really intimidated by the flames and just excited to see someone else as who's ready to rave like you are. Go ahead and
performance check. I could already
make me a
tell.
performance check. You have advantage. Their performance is very high, so it's gonna be tough to beat, but you do have the power of advantage. 17. Oh no, they critically fail.
They are just mesmerized by my powers.
That's exactly what happens. You see they start trying to like show off and like dance battle against you, and as they just see like all the sparks and the lights, you see their eyes just slowly start to widen and their hands just fall slack to their side. They just stop dancing as they see how impressive your dance is, and they look over at you and they say, "I've never seen anything like that before. That was an incredible performance."
Why, thank you. I mastered it myself.
I thought that I was dance. I thought that I was the incarnation of dance in this world, and now I have met you, and I do not know how to proceed.
Oh, trust me, you can still be the incarnation of dance. My occupation isn't even a dancer by heart.
It is an honor to meet you. What is your name?
Grilliam.
Grilliam. I will never forget it for 1,000 years. I don't live that long, but if I do live 1,000 years...
I was about to say, like...
Anyways, I do have... You must be... You're the person I need to talk to about a certain something. I have a favor, if you don't mind.
For you, the dancer?
Yes, me and my 3 friends here, we need the stuff, and I say in air quotes.
And you see his face again grow like very hard as soon as you kind of bring it up, and looks over kind of the rest of you. Does one of you say the thing that you were told to say?
Friend, you really, really should just stick to the tango. You do not have the skills for whatever that was.
As you kind of say that, he looks over at you and he goes, you should dance the tango. And holds out his hand as he kind of like snaps in the music shift and holds out his hand to one of you.
I'll take it.
All right,
no,
Grilliam.
I was. Oh man.
If I'm the new incarnation of dance, I must join in.
As a fair point on that one, Grilliam, you take the hand, and as you do so, the music kind of shifts here for a moment, and you see looks over to the band, and they almost seem to like know that this is. They almost seem to know that this is going to happen, and the band kind of completely shifts their tune, which isn't playing for some reason. Let me refresh my page. Oh. And the band completely shifts. There it is. And he begins to kind of like dance this like wild tango around the space with you, which you obviously keep up with your previous 17. I will allow it to ride. Which, as the dance kind of spins and turns, you can see a lot of the other people in here are also sort of dancing. You guys are following along and watching their movements, but it seems like some of the other dancers in here are moving in such a way as to like kind of obscure where you're going almost. And eventually, as he kind of spins you off and away, you are kind of twirled and thrown to the distance behind a curtain, a section of curtain, which reveals kind of a short hallway and moves down towards some kind of stairs leading downwards. You can also see that the rest of you who were kind of watching this for a moment, other tabaxi kind of come up to you and begin to dance as they just like move you through this array and just this confusion of people that comes up when this track begins to play, and into this kind of secret chamber during the confusion. You now find yourself in the back room, and presumably where it is. And after a few moments, that tabaxi that you were speaking to before kind of steps through as well, which again you were introduced to as Bottle. And Bottle looks over at the group of 4 and goes, "So let's get down to business. You're looking for the surge, yes?"
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay. And they begin to walk and step quickly along the hallway leading over towards some stairs. He goes, "How much are you looking to purchase?"
What do you guys want?
Yes.
I don't think that's a number. Give him a number, goddammit.
I personally am hoping to sample the product before I propose a deal to whoever makes it.
I just want one. I only simply want one bottle myself, but whatever my friends desire, I'll see to it that it gets purchased.
And
I'll take 3.
3 is a good answer to my question in terms of how much you want. Looks to you, Throom. I'm going to need maybe a bit more than yes.
I mean, if we're going to do this, why not go big?
I will try to explain to him that he's not the best with numbers.
And besides, I think I need a little bit more for anything to actually happen than perhaps your typical buyer.
I have not seen it do anything but pickle, even the strongest, the largest. Did you see the giant up front?
Oh.
He only needs one. And he kind of continues onwards and into the space. And you can see now there are a few more tabaxi down here, and a lot of them are in the process of brewing up these potions. And you can see he has just like rows and rows of bottles of them as he comes over, and you're starting to get the impression, yeah, this guy is probably the guy. This is the leader. And he's kind of walking over and kind of going over and observing some of their works. And he brings you over to the rack of bottles, and he takes out 3 of them and begins kind of handing them over to, I believe it was Grilliam. You said 3?
No, I said 1. That was someone
you said
else.
1. Hands you 1. Hands you Dagger. He just gives you a small. He just gives you essentially just a small vial with basically like one little sip in it. So do you wanted to try before you do anything with it? So feel free.
Thinking if I should stab him right now.
No. So this is the leader we're talking to, right?
Hands you three and hands over to you, Throom. How about half a dozen?
That should be sufficient for now.
Hands you over half a dozen. 100 apiece, for the record. So
I'm gonna look at the others looking at them like, when do we drop the act? Like, not saying a word. Like,
Dagger's ear sort of twitches towards the place they came from. You can gather that he's saying in the hallway on the way here.
Well, I'm just gonna okay.
Think about it. We don't want to fight all these employees as well.
Oh, don't worry. I have a perfect plan to solve that problem very easily, and I'm just gonna whisper to them, wait on my signal, and I'm going to go over to Bottle and rub his chin with his with my finger, like a little, like, charming, trying to charm the fellow because he's so wowed by my dance. And I tell him, you might want to, I'm so sorry for what I'm about to do next. And then I shout, now, and then
oh shit.
I throw a produce flame right at the leader.
I would like you to roll for initiative.
I was gonna get my surprise attack in, bro. You ruined my surprise attack.
Well, we still have
the importance of a discussed plan beforehand.
Well, to be fair, we still have a surprise.
Do we?
I believe that you would have surprised these folks. Go ahead and make me an attack roll, Grilliam.
Let me roll my initiative, and I'll do that. 11 and I should not have advantage, but 16. Does 16 hit?
16 is absolutely going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage on that. And the first to act in this initiative. Oh wait, you haven't.
Yeah, Purple. Have you tried?
I'm waiting.
Just waiting.
Yeah.
Did it go through?
Yes, I see it now.
Oh no.
I have like the highest initiative, and I never go first.
That's trust me. I know I have that curse sometimes. It's a curse. It happens to me.
Oh wait, actually, the first one to go is as you kind of throw over the as you throw this flame, you can see Bottle kind of looks over at the group of people and goes, "Turns out it's a raid," and you see him beginning to, like, magic begin to crackle at his fingertips as. I mean, he takes the 3 points of fire damage. He's fine. This guy is starting to look a little bit intimidating, as you see, like, any joviality and affection for you that he'd had for your dancing is completely gone. His face just now serious and furious. And all of his workers all kind of, like, look over, and you can see that they are going to... there's 3 of them in the space, just to be clear, and they're going to throw a couple of potions at you. Grilliam, you see they just take some of the bottles that they're working on and just throw them, huck them at you, Grilliam.
Bring it on.
That's a 12.
Nope.
But also a wild magic surge happens at the space where you are.
And what does the 61 mean?
A 61 means that for the next minute, you have to shout whenever you speak.
Fine by me.
Which isn't one of the worst ones. Another one's going to throw another potion at you. That's a 71, which misses, but this one's a lot like... you kind of, as it strikes you, all of a sudden, you see your whole body kind of, like, becomes encased in a barrier, and you currently have resistance to all damage.
I have
and they just kind of see as this magical shield appears over you. You see the boss kind of looks back at that one who threw that bottle, and he just kind of looks like, "I'm sorry, I didn't know what it was." And one more, and they're gonna throw one, I think, at you, Throom. The last one's gonna toss one over at you, Throom. That's a. Oh wait, that's also a. You. Oh wow, you guys are getting some really lucky ones.
I'm assuming Throom takes 5 bludgeoning.
Yeah.
Throom, you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage and also regain your lowest level expended spell slot.
Haha.
So you get a first level.
No, I get a second level.
No, you actually the only thing you've cast is that hold person.
Yeah.
Hold person back. Man, that was a great round for you guys. As we move next to you, Az.
All right. I will put up Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage. I will spend a sorcery point to do quicken spell. 2 sorcery points.
Yes.
And not quicken spell, twin spell. That's the wrong one.
Okay.
And I will throw a chaos bolt, one at the leader and one at one of the employees.
Yeah. Go ahead and make me 2 attack rolls.
So advantage on both. The first one is to the leader.
Yeah, that tracks to me. The 25 against leader. I mean, they were going to attempt to shield it, but 25 is gonna hit anyway. So go ahead and roll damage on both as both strike.
Okay, so for the leader, it is this, and
Is it poison or lightning?
19 points of damage.
I will make it lightning. 19 lightning on the leader, and
he wouldn't have liked either. So he takes 19 points of damage, and then the other one's going to take.
Whoa.
Poison or thunder?
Thunder.
The other one takes 19 and 22 points of thunder, and that thunder one, as it flies out at one of the alchemists, it hits them, and they're not in great shape. Like, that's not enough to finish them off in a single strike, but you can tell that it sends them reeling backwards, and they're just heaving from the weight of the blow. The leaders, they take what was the total on that again? The 19 points of...
The 19 of lightning.
Lightning damage. You can see their fur is kind of all standing on end at the end of it as they look at you and just kind of let out almost a panther-like kind of growl. Anything else on your turn? It's a pretty good turn.
I just need to okay, no surge this time.
And I think because of the nature of the environment and all of the wild magic that's going on, actually that'll be next turn. That you'll get it at the start of your next turn. I'll say that, or like at the end of your next turn, you'll get the GM. You get your surge back from the Tides of Chaos, and a wild surge happens. So
sure. I will just move like towards the corner of the room, so I'm further away.
Absolutely. That's going to bring us next in initiative 2. It's a good turn. Throom. What do you want to do, Throom?
So how big is the room?
The room is it's maybe like 40 by 40 kind of cube that you're in right here, and yeah, it's like a 40 by 40 cube. There's kind of like some stairways leading down into it. You had to walk on like a metal stairway to walk down and kind of around the outside of the room.
Okay, and
there's equipment all over the place.
Yeah. So the furthest of the alchemists and the leader guy, are they within 30 feet of each other?
The furthest of the alchemist and the leader, yeah, they're all within 30 feet of each other.
Okay. I am going
the room is
to...
a 40-foot cube, so yeah.
Yeah. I am going to send a lot of water in their direction. And I'm a little bit sorry, Grilliam, because this might hurt a bit.
I need everyone, I guess Grilliam included, to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Wait, me as well?
No, just Grilliam.
Oh boy! Oh dear!
Because you haven't gone in yet, so you're still kind of a little bit further back.
Oh, for Christ's sake, Groom! Oh wait, why did I say for God's sake, Groom?
You have you got resistance to damage, my dude. You're
all right.
So literally all of them are going to make
take
saves.
half of that.
And then you take half of that, so you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. They're all going to make saves.
Why was that initiative?
Oh,
Yeah.
I clicked the wrong thing. Oh, they should actually be a little bit lower. So the way that would work out is that the 17 would have succeeded, but the 15 would have failed. So 2 of them fail.
And Bottle, too.
And Bottle's gonna make one as well. Yep. Bottle of Magic is his name. Tabaxi got crazy names. And he's gonna fail. I did an initiative again. Regardless, so he wouldn't fail with that number. I don't know what I'm thinking right now. And
so the
wave
2
flies forward.
Fails. The 2 Alchemist fails and Bottle are all prone.
Yeah, so all of them are knocked prone. They fall. The wave passes through the space. It just destroys. Like a lot of the lab equipment here. And also, as this happens, there's going to be 3 wild magic surges happen as like bottles like shatter and get knocked over, just randomly in the space. There's going to be roll me 3d100 through.
3d100s.
Yep.
Do these affect us, or
they'll be targeted around just in different random spots. So
53, 2, and 91.
Oh no, the 2 is terrible.
Oh god.
Oh no, this is bad.
And then what's 91 again?
so there isn't like a mile-wide anti-magic field that releases a Tarrasque?
Okay, so you watch as these bottles splash. They just they are tossed around throughout the space. You can see one of them just like explodes, and as it passes off, a wave of like, for some reason you think that if you were drunk, you would now be sober, for what that's worth. And then as another one happens, one of them Throom, you see the bottle just kind of like, the magic just kind of floats in the air, and now there's just this crackling orb of magic in the middle of the space. That's pretty wild. And then also something else happens that you guys don't understand. And that's going to bring us next to initiative 2.
Me, I think.
Yeah, Grilliam, what do you want to do?
Oh, you poor, poor soul. My blessings of Kasuth! Burn them all! So they have to make a Constitution saving throw because I just used my channel divinity.
Remember, we're trying to bring these guys in alive.
Radiance of the Dawn. They must make a con save or take 2d10 radiant damage. All of them.
What's the area on that?
30 feet radius.
Okay, yeah, you can definitely take like 2 steps to get everyone. All right, cool. They're gonna make Constitution saving throws. That's gonna be a 2.
Fail.
Fail. The other ones are going to
fail.
Ooh,
Yep,
they all have a rough time.
They all take 2d10 radiant.
Is there
11.
Additional effect? Is there additional effect on that? Is this just the radiant
reading
damage
up
right
on
now?
that. The only additional effect is if there's any magical darkness, it instantly dissipates.
Okay, dispels it. Okay, yeah, I knew there was something else on that. Great.
Yeah.
They all take
Best
11
battle
points of
music I've
radiant
ever
damage. And the one that got, the one that initially got hit by that thunder blast, that one's down for the count at this point. You guys have taken that alchemist. So the other 2 are still kicking, but they're not in great shape either between the tidal wave and that. Bottle is still looking okay. That's going to move us next initiative to Bottle, who's going to look. If my workspace is already gone, and you see them kind of lighten their hand, and they're just gonna toss a fireball straight forward and ahead. You see they just throw it up into like the back corner of the room, and it explodes outwards, kind of like wrapping into the cube. And I would like all of you guys to make me dexterity saving throws. As Bottle of Magic. Oh god.
Yikes.
Oh.
It's a good thing I still have resistance.
That's 29 points of fire damage.
Oh, wait, hold up. I already
I'm
have
done.
resistance to that anyway.
I'm down. I'm dead.
Wait,
You're not
so
dead, right?
Well,
Wait.
I only have 26 hit points. So that's
Oh
more.
no.
Wait, so hold up, Pete.
Hey, for once, my dexterity comes in clutch.
So you'll take
One.
half. You'll take only 14 points of damage, fire damage.
Hey, Pete,
Still bad, but
Pete, I have a barrier, and I'm also naturally resistant to fire damage as a result of my species. So what now?
You cannot benefit from resistances twice, so you just have the resistance. So
Okay,
you
so I'll take.
as well.
Yeah, I'll just take the 14. I'm still up.
wait, so who went down?
Throom, are you still holding on?
I'm still up.
I'm dead.
I am an elephant. I have a lot of constitution.
Well, I'm gonna be making
I
death
think it
saves.
was as.
But we have a
now.
cleric, right?
Yeah, I'm the cleric.
All right, that's gonna be all for his turn. Oh, actually, also, he always triggers a wild magic surge when he uses magic, because that's his thing. So he's gonna roll a D100 as well. And these have not been going his way, so maybe he doesn't want to, but don't have a choice. Oh, that's pretty good. You watch as just a magical shield appears over him. Not the same one, a discrete one. From that, but he's now got a shield that's flying around him, increasing his armor class a little bit. As we move next to you, Dagger. What would you like to do,
Okay.
Dagger?
Could I drink a potion and attack him?
Yeah, it's a bonus action to drink a potion in DnDTime.
All right, I can only attack him once, but I'd still. Okay, so
Yeah, absolutely.
so the second level health potion, or maybe the first level health potion, it's D8.
It's 2d4 plus 2.
Oh, that was a D5, not a D4.
2d4 plus act. Whoops.
And is anyone else within 5 feet of him, by the way?
I think Grilliam is, yeah.
Alright, well, I
Wait,
drink my
if
potion and then walk
if
up
Grilliam
to him.
had to make the save, shouldn't he
Just
have
waiting
had
for
to
the
make a
dice to
save
roll.
against his fireball too?
He angled it such that he would not. Because you guys are basically all on two sides of the room. So, anyway.
So even if he did hit me with
would
that
not.
fireball, it wouldn't do a lot of damage.
Yeah. That's going to be 6 points of healing that you gain, and you still have your action.
I'm going to attack him. Scimitar of Speed. Ooh.
Oh, nice. Go ahead and roll damage, because that's definitely going to hit, even with his newfound AC.
Alright.
10 points of slashing damage. Is the... Oh, yeah, you have sneak attack as well, so that's 18 points in that single swing. You cut across, and the scimitar of speed rakes through his body. He's starting to be... He's bleeding a bit now. He's not in a great position as you lean into Bottle. Anything else on your turn?
That's all I can do, really.
All right, that's going to bring us back around to the top of the initiative, which is the Alchemist. They're both the two that are remaining are both not in great shape, and they're going to use their primary move, which is tossing around some more chaos and just hoping it works out for them. They're going to throw one over.
Chaos.
I think they're going to throw one at you, Grilliam.
Fine by me.
It's a 15.
Nope, not gonna hit.
And then they're going to throw one at you, Throom. That's a 20.
That's gonna hit.
4 points of bludgeoning damage, and that's an 85 against you, Grilliam. Man, Grilliam's getting the upside of all of these. Oh my god!
Please tell me what I got.
Okay, Grilliam, you... 3 Grilliams appear around you as you are now mirror imaged.
Oh my god!
And Throom, next to you, perhaps even better, next to you appears a unicorn! It's neutral at the moment. It does not take sides, but there's a unicorn next to you. It whinnies beautifully and stands radiant now in the space. There's a unicorn. It's going to roll initiative. I didn't have as often happens with wild magic, I didn't have a unicorn ready, so let me just get that unicorn initiative. It'll take me just a moment. I believe the turn passes now to Az. I would like you to make me a death saving throw.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Oh, that is one
At least it wasn't a nat one.
Yeah.
Az. I have a question. There is currently an effect that's over you, and you can almost feel it looming underneath. My question for you, Az, is it feels like something might happen if you die. Would you like to die? You can give up if you want. Yeah, something might happen. You just like, there's something weird going on with your with the wild magic in the space. Would you care to die?
Sure.
That is the weirdest question.
Your body could explode for all you know.
Yeah,
kill us.
I will say this is the weirdest thing I've ever heard a DM ask. Would you like to die?
I will take it. I like surprises.
As you give in to
we
death,
might have to take it.
as you give in to death, you feel something very strange comes over you, and
I swear if they
your
knowledge.
body starts to like turn and twist. I'd like you to roll me a D100.
Oh boy, I think I know what this is.
What?
One of the previous wild magic effects that you guys didn't understand what happened. You watch as they go down. They kind of stand back up, but they are now radically changed. You've been reborn as a hill dwarf. You were if you died while under the effects of that particular wild magic, which triggered for the whole room before, you're reincarnated as a random race. You're a hill dwarf now. Not forever. You can talk to Bartholomew about it later, but for the rest of this adventure, certainly.
Perfect. Okay, I need to look up my hill dwarf.
And I don't know how reincarnate gives you, if it gives you full health or anything, but I'm going to assume, I believe it does. So you're at full health. You're in great shape.
Oh, perfect.
And that's going to bring us next in initiative 2.
Cool, because we all kind of suffer from that fireball and could really use some help.
That's going to bring us to Throom. That's your turn, though, Az. That is your turn to die.
Perfect. All right.
That is your turn to die.
Yeah. Hey, on my turn, I die.
What do you want? What would you like to do, Throom?
Let's see. What do I want to do?
I think that, well, I don't really like this tabaxi going around doing a whole bunch of shenanigans, so how about he makes a wisdom save?
Which one, the alchemist or the bottle?
No, bottle.
You're talking about Bottle, yeah.
Yeah.
Bottle is going to make a wisdom saving throw. He's pretty good at these. Yeah, he's fine. Bottle's fine. You go to hold him down, and you see him start to tighten up, and he just pulls his shoulder to the side and breaks the magic as it's a pure. It almost looked like he used strength more than he did his wits to avoid your spell. Anything else on your turn?
I am going to bonus action to give myself a couple d6s of healing.
All right. That's going to bring us to Grilliam. What would you like to do, Grilliam?
Okay, so 2 things. So first one thing is bonus action spiritual weapon, and I'm going to have it attack one of the alchemists as my bonus action.
Okay. That unfortunately misses.
Yikes. However, I'm going to approach Buttons in looking over this destroyed laboratory and be like, my, Bottle, you are in such terrible shape. Your entire enterprise is crumbling before you, and soon enough you'll be in prison. But how about this? Think of it this way. If you attack me, then you're only making your situation worse for you. So why don't you cut the act? Because if you do, I might give you a lighter sentence, and then maybe we can tango again. What do you think about that, kitty?
That's probably a lot to say in 6 seconds, but I love it anyway, so it's fine.
Oh, is that all we have to do?
If you want to talk, you can. This is me as a DM. Most of the time, if someone wants to talk a lot on their turn, that's fine as long as it only constitutes 1 check. And my question is, so, what are you trying to persuade them?
I'm persuading him to stop and accept defeat so that he doesn't have to suffer as bad.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage and high DC.
Disadvantage?
Yeah. You're saying, hey man, just give up and yeah, disadvantage. 16. He looks at you, and you see for a moment there's a flicker of like, maybe I should just kind of pack it in, and you see there's like just like a touch of almost a romantic look in his eyes. He seems to be remembering your dance, but it's not enough, and he is not willing to just pack it in just yet, as he's still got some tricks up his sleeve. You still have I believe that's your turn. That's
yep,
an action.
That is my
bonus
turn,
action.
unfortunately.
That is going to bring us next to the unicorn that was conjured in the space. What a great game Dungeons and Dragons
Oh
is.
gosh darn, I want to call out to it, but its turns before mine.
The unicorn is going to look around and flip a coin.
Can it speak?
Um,
More importantly, can it understand?
As you have that thought, you hear a voice in your mind speak. Yes, my child, of course I can understand. I hear you now in your hour of need. How may I help you?
Helping us take down this guy could be useful.
The unicorn charges. So the D2 was to decide whose side it was on, and
Oh my god! If it was on his side, oh my god!
You. Yeah, and they're gonna run and impale this guy on their horns.
Or him. Or him. Or
Make a
him.
who's
No,
attack.
no, please not bottle, not bottle.
And then a 16 is going to hit Bottle for 6 points of piercing damage, which actually it would, but then Bottle throws up a magical shield as he blocks away the piercing damage and is no longer in great shape, so he's definitely going to use that here. Bottle shields the attack away, and the unicorn whinnies, collapses down to the ground, and they have increased AC for the turn. Until the end of the next turn. That's all for the unicorn's turn. Actually, this one doesn't have legendary actions. That's wild. And we're gonna move next initiative to Dagger. What'd you like to do, Dagger?
What? Isn't it Bottle's turn?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I skipped Bottle's turn. Forgot. Bottle is going to Scorching Ray. He's going to look. He's going to fire. Seeing you, I don't think he goes after Az because you're just a dwarf and he doesn't understand that. He's gonna fire at you, Throom. That's an 11, an 11, and a 12. Do any of those hit?
Nope, and nope.
They all go whizzing past, none of them connecting as we move next initiative. Now to you, Dagger.
Doesn't he go wild?
Oh, I totally forgot to roll. Also, I forgot to roll the Wild Magic Surge. There's so many Wild Magic Surges that I forgot the one on your turn as well. There's supposed to be one on your turn.
I both hope and do not hope that
can't be
one
good.
happens to me.
Oh, well, that one I don't need to have anything do. You watch as a Modron just pops into the space and kind of walks around and just, hi. There's a Modron.
Hello, friend.
Want to know that. And that's all for now. It is truly Dagger's turn.
I'm gonna look at Dagger in the eyes and be like, don't kill him, please. Dagger, you there?
Dagger,
Yes.
what would you like to do?
Attack twice. Wait, what did you say? You said something to me?
I said,
You
don't.
just said, please don't kill him.
Yeah, don't kill Bottle. I'll handle him.
I mean, I'm gonna attack Bottle, but I have potions on me, so if I go a bit too far, I'll just res him.
Fair enough.
So we have to bring him in alive, unfortunately.
You can also just attack non-lethally. You can just say that it's a non-lethal blow.
Doesn't that, like, take negatives to damage, though? Or is
Nope.
that... Oh!
It just only works on melee attacks. You can't do it with like an arrow or anything. But other than that, you can just do that.
Alright, I guess I'll begin attacking non-lethally.
Yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll. Or 2 attack rolls.
And is someone still in...
Yeah,
5
the
feet of him?
unicorn.
Yep.
Yep, that would be me, right in
The
front of
allied
him.
unicorn.
Allied
And now
unicorn.
we wait.
Yep. If you haven't already made both of them right now, make both of them at the same time.
Alright.
And yeah, you go ahead and swing in. The sword, as you lag, is closing. It's in slow motion. The sword swings in, doesn't hit. He's very low.
I wish I could see, but oh well.
It might be, actually
Almost
for future ones, it might be, 25 is definitely going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage on that with the sneak attack.
19 looks
19,
like the
he
other.
was going to attempt to shield, but I don't know if he's going to live to it.
He already has shield up, doesn't he?
No, he had his turn.
Yeah, it was his turn. So the scimitar speed comes in and goes and strikes. Would you care to describe your non-killing blow on Bottle?
Just sorta, it looks like it's about to like stab him in the middle, but then I turn the blade flat and just whack him in the chest.
Absolutely. And as you hit him, you see the he kind of coughs and leans forward and like heaves and seems to be having trouble breathing for a moment as he keels over and eventually just kind of like passes out from all of the wild magic and strange things happen in this space. The room that you're in is an utter chaos at this point. There's Modrons flying around. There's a sphere at the center of the room that's just casting wild magic out. You see like another fireball goes on the backside of the room, kills that other Tabaxi alchemist that was downed, and he comes back as a dragonborn. Like there's just crazy stuff happening all over the place. But as it eventually subsides, you see the two Tabaxi alchemists that were still kind of up, seeing their leader downed, being in terrible shape themselves, they kind of like put their hands up in a sign of defeat. Also, hearing your speech previously.
Yeah.
I will cast Earthen Grasp and pick up a bottle with it.
Oh, I was just gonna tie him up.
Well, actually, I was gonna cure wounds him and then bridal carry him, because why not?
No. We should have him unconscious until he gets to the guards. We don't know what he could do if he wakes up.
So you guys tie him up, put him in an earthen grasp, and then bridal carry him. You do them all, and eventually.
And then once we get there, I'm gonna lay him on the floor, sit down on top of him. That's when we cure wounds. Friend, there an elephant on your chest?
No.
It's not a great. He goes,
No,
I feel like there's something I want to get off my chest, he says. Immediately he wakes up. And the guards look over, and the guard that you contacted before sees the individual, sees the chaos. Like, eventually this wild magic kind of surges outwards, and people begin to kind of leave the Wildcatz in panic. But the guard looks over. So I see you apprehended him.
Yeah, we did. Though.
So, excellent work. The streets of Central City are going to be much, much safer now that, you can see what it's done. He looks over and he sees that you're a dwarf now, and goes, I think you know firsthand what those potions can do. So he nods.
I feel short.
Though,
I wonder why.
It is a shame, really. He should have surrendered. He was so charming. Poor Bottle.
Because I still am charming.
Oh yes, you indeed are, and I'm going to pet his head.
Oh my god.
With that, you have all been successful in this particular adventure. Each of you gained 200 Bartholomew bucks. You all gain a point of experience, and congratulations on causing and not as much chaos as you could. You did a good job containing things.
I mean, we had a rogue.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of chaos that did not happen that could have. So you did good work. Yeah, that's it. Do any of you want to shop?
Let's see. How many do I have? I don't know how many Bartholomew books I have.
Well, that's
See my
yeah. Well,
see character codex. I know it's not updated, but I'll just add the 200 on there. You actually did give me 44.
You didn't
Never gonna
trust
be able to
Jeremy?
get rid of that.
He always does that.
Never gonna be able to get rid of that.
As you say, you wanted to shop.
Yeah, I wanted to pull from the bag.
Okay. Eventually you return. Bartholomew greets. Greetings, adventurers. Oh, you're a dwarf. Do you want me to fix that?
Yeah, I'd like to go back to normal, please.
Bartholomew waves a hand over you. You're no longer a dwarf. You're a blossomer again. Can I get any of you anything?
Yeah, I'd like to pull from the bag.
Roll me a D1000, and I wish you the best of luck. $368. You reach into the bag, and your hand, this is very fitting for you. Your hand passes over first. It's heavy. It might be like a frying pan of some kind. It has that kind of texture, that heft to it. The next thing is small, maybe a gemstone. Feels like I mean, it's tough to say, but it feels like a gemstone in your hand, very large. That also falls from your grasp. But what you do end up grabbing appears to be a wand. And as you pull it out, you can see it has like vines, like that are almost like wrapped around, very thin vines in the layer. Bartholomew speaks up. You may like this one quite a bit. This is a wand of entangling. It is a classic magic item. You can has 7 charges, and you can expend a charge to cast the entangle spell from it. Yeah, very straightforward item. It lets you cast entangle a whole bunch.
Oh, yay. Perfect.
Yeah. Anyone else have anything?
I mean, I only have 344 bucks, so it's not really enough to get anything useful to me at this moment.
A little kobold enters the shop. Hi, Zeta's here.
Hello, Zeta. Is there something that you would like to buy?
Can I pull from the bag again,
Certainly.
please?
Go ahead and roll me a D1000.
Dokie.
Ooh,
Oh my god, again! Oh my god!
What did you get?
I rolled a 980.
Oh, that's nice.
All right.
I'm sorry, Pete.
Congratulations.
First the Sword of Edenon, now what?
You reach into the bag.
Oh, yes, you need that R roll.
And your hand passes over. You can tell that there's some good stuff here because it's like more intimidating when you're like everything that your hand's near like has, for lack of a better term, an aura about it. What you end up grabbing, it appears to be a it appears to be first an axe of some kind that falls from your grasp. The next thing, it's some type of maybe amulet or something, and it like whispers in your mind. The item that you do eventually grab onto, it appears to be a shield. And as you pull it out, it's actually very roughshod in its make. And Bartholomew speaks up. Oh my god!
Am I in trouble, Bartholomew?
How could you do this? How could you do this?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's the shard of the Tarask. And as you're looking closer at it now, it appears to be just a jagged piece of Tarask carapace that this actually is. And Bartholomew speaks up. It is a it is a +2 magical shield, among other things. So it's disgusting to start. And then whenever you are targeted by a magic missile spell, a line spell, or a spell that requires a range attack roll, roll a d6, and on a 6, the effect is reflected back at the caster as though it originated from you, turning the caster into the target. So you have.
How
the
did you even get that?
It's outrageous. Well, I made it because from when that time I killed the Tarask. Well, you can't kill the Tarask, but I got it off of the. Well, it's Zeta's now, so I don't want to talk about it. And Bartholomew looks just very sad.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My really awesome luck is really making you upset.
Bartholomew just like he's inconsolable looking as another legendary item has been pulled from the bag. Yeah, you've gained the Shard of the Tarask, a +2 shield in DnDTime. Jeremy, I never thought I'd see the day.
Oh, Okay, that's a reaction.
That's
Just
it.
screaming.
We're done. We'll be back soon. I'm sorry, no one had anything else, right?
Yeah,
No.
no one.
No.
Okay. We'll be back soon and see you with game 3.